YouTube, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel, and today guys we have a new series that's called Packs and Meta. So in this series we're gonna talk about some of the meta or non-meta decks that's gonna be useful with the current or the recent pack selection. Now we have Blessings of Nature selection pack, and this is with the Venus Silk Monsters, Amazones, and Tier Elements, mostly with Tier Elements since that is the current meta nowadays. And at this point on, we are going to use Exosisters to counter Tier Elements. For those who doesn't know, here is the breakdown for the deck profile. So 2 copies of Crow just to banish one of the Tier Element cards from the graveyard. Maxi, really important. We are not using Ash Blossom here, so instead we are gonna go for Haunted Mansion just to stop anything from getting out from the graveyard, so that's really good. 3 copies of Ellis, 3 copies of Stella, 1 Irene, and 3 copies of Sophia. Now people have a different ratios with the number of the sisters. Some are using 2 copies of Sophia and then 2 copies of Irene. I think that's gonna be weird, but yeah, go for 3 Sophias. And an Exosister monster is on the field as well. You can draw 1 more card. The Stella allows you to spell summon another Exosister monster, and Ellis allows it to be spell summoned to the field if you have an Exosister monster. Partha is your go-to card if ever you want to start off most of your combos, thus allowing you to normal summon once more. And then we have the stopping power for any tier element deck, the Dimension Shifter. And then for our spell and traps, we have Harpy Splitter Duster and 1 Lightning Storm, just a removal for the back rows if ever we're going up against a stun deck or basically a control deck. Then this is your go-to card to actually remove those pesky cards. 1 Carpivine, it's a really good prohibition effect, and if your Exosister tries to attack, you can destroy 1 spell and trap on your opponent's side of the field, so it's really good. 2 Coldbed Graves, of course, you're going up against a Tier Elements deck most of the time, so just removing them removing them and banishing them is really your go-to call for that. 3 packs, of course, bring out your Exosister cards. Arment is a really good card just to target one of your Exosister monsters and then going for a quick play like for an Azophil, just stopping the graveyard right there. 2 Evenly Matched, of course, your Board Breaker, 2 Infinite Impermanence, 3 Vadises, and 2 Returnias. People are using 3 Returnias in some of the decks that I've seen, but I think 3 Vadises is much better because you actually draw into or get a copy of most of your Exosister monsters from your deck to your side of the field. And then Returnia is allowing you to like exit summon if you have the necessary materials on the field. Other than that, banish 1 card. That's your main deck. Extra deck wise, we have 1 Dweller, 1 Baguska, 1 Time Thief Redoer. Now I really have some other choice, or if you have another choice for this card, so removing Redoer and removing Gibrine. So this is basically your extra deck here. So these are the most important cards that you'll need. Now, if you prefer to having another copy of Gibrine and then a copy of Redoer, it's not going to be a problem. And then maybe you'll just remove 1 copy of 1 back row removal and then go for a pot of what you call this? Pot of Prosperity. You can go for a Pot of Prosperity in this play if you wish or if you want. If you ever you go running into this type of lineup, but if not, just have a steady 40 card deck with this type of lineup. If you don't have Redoer, go for another card, maybe like another copy of Baguska or another copy of one of the sisters. So it's either one of those choices there. But yeah, for me, the Redoer is really good. Michaela's 3 copies, 2 copies of Caspital, 2 copies of Gibrine, 2 copies of Asaphil, 2 copies of Magnifica, and basically your Zeus. That is basically your lineup there. You can go for 1 Link monster, which is the what you call this? Celine. You can go for Celine. You can go for Celine if you wish, but I think that's gonna be it's gonna take up more of your materials on the board, so might as well go for an Exi Summon rather than a Celine. So that is one of your choices there, but I prefer just having a ton of advantage or a consistency of Exosisters rather than some other cards. So that is your deck profile, guys. Let's move towards the replays. So this is gonna be a long replay. I have 5 replays for you guys today, and this is in Diamond. So most of the players are using Tier Elements, so it's gonna be a long replay. So that is it. Let's go to the replays. See you guys back. Alright guys, so for the replays, we have 5 replays for you guys today. So this will be a little bit long, but it's all about replays anyway. So first game, we have 1 DD Crow, 1 Stella, 1 Sophia, 1 Pax, and 1 Evenly Matched. Now, we are going first, so this is really good. So this is in Diamond, so most of the time you're going to be playing off with a ton of Tier Elements or stun decks whatsoever. And basically, it's going to be really a problem because Tier Elements is really in meta in Diamond. So to go first with our first combo, we go with Caspital, bringing forth a copy of our Martha. Martha again, bring forth a copy of Michaelis. Now this is really the basic Exosister board right here, and by far we already got a copy of Vatis. So that is by far on top of a copy of Returnia that we got searched. That is our good board, or one of the best boards that we'll have actually for an Exosister deck. So Magnifica on the field with one Vatis and one Returnia, and basically that's how we actually do an Exosister play. Now, since our opponent is going for an instant fusion, it's either they're gonna go with Shadow, Winda, or basically a Tier Elements Kitkalis. Most of the time, it's gonna be a Kitkalis. Nobody's playing off instant fusion on a Winda for first turn. So that is going to be activated, spell summoning the two Exosisters monsters from the deck. He will then spell summon Kitkalis to the field. So we need to remove Kitkalis from the field, basically, because sending it to the graveyard is still going to prompt its effect. So there we go. Banishing Kitkalis we're gonna go for Asophil here. So Asophil, like I told you earlier, this is kind of like a silent graveyard effect. So once on the field, it will prompt its effect. So anything sent to the graveyard will have no effect whatsoever, or nothing will prompt its effect whatsoever. So he'll go for Sharon, sending a copy of a ton of monsters. Oh, he has a copy of Super Ball here. So there we go, Rhino Heart. And this is another variant. I was shocked to actually see a copy of Blue on the field. But yeah. There we go. So from the Jet, you get a copy of Smasher. So my thought process here is going to banish my copy of Magnifica. So I might as well going to use the effect of Magnifica here since it's going to be banished. Now, whatever I'm going to summon to the field, it's still going to be banished because, you know, it's going to target afterwards. So he's going to summon, what you call this? Meryl with the help of Sprite Elf. Which, of course, we just have to banish that one. We don't want him to spell summon another monster from the graveyard. So there we go. Magnifica will then go for a copy of Michaelis once more. Now, I should have actually gone with a Lesser Sister, but yeah, it is what it is. So I actually made a misplay here, and we got milled with a ton of cards. So at this point on, he can't even beat down a copy of my Asophil on the field, so he's just gonna set one back row and then end his turn there. And basically, once Asophil is on the field, and we have a ton of we still have a packs, we're still gonna have a good lineup later on. So that is one of the choice there on how we won the game. So that's it. Let's go for the other game. Alright guys, so second game, we have Windidi Crow, 1 Sophia, 1 Pax, 2 Imperms. So it's not really a good hand, but we still have 2 negates and 1 banish, 1 card. So that's really good. But it's still good. So he's gonna go for Terraforming, get a copy of Pelarino. Pelarino will get a copy of Rhino Heart. Yeah, Rhino Heart. No, not Rhino Heart. So Sharon's gonna be searched from some Sharon. So at this point on, we can't do anything else. We don't have anything that negates an effect otherwise. So might as well just gonna wait for a summon of Kitkalis to the field, or whatever card that can actually bring forth more cards to the graveyard. So like this, with the effect of Merly, we negate Merly just to stop him from ever getting more cards into the graveyard. But it's still going to be used otherwise with Elf. So he's going to use the effect of Merly once more. He's going to use the effect of Sprite to summon Merly from the graveyard. But we don't want that to let him gain more advantage on the field. So just imperm the last Sprite Elf, and that was actually a correct guess for me, because he just have to set one back row and just end his turn there. So on our turn, we got a copy of Evenly Matched. So I was going for a battle phase, just to remove a ton of cards from the field. I should have actually let him do this, but yeah, just removing Murdy from the equation here is really the same thing. So just have to use DD Crow, but it wasn't really that optimal. You know what I say? So yeah. Rather than sending more cards to the graveyard, I just have to remove Merly from the graveyard anyways. So that back row was actually Gravekeeper's Trap. So I was really scared if ever he's gonna send to the graveyard one Ishizu card or one Tier Element card. So there we go. Go for battle phase, and then for main phase 2, banish his Pillarino, which is really significant, of course. Go for packs, taking a copy of one tier element monster. So at this point on, I was thinking, so he might have another tier element card on hand, which he didn't prompt the effect of Rhino Art, so he doesn't have any other card that will actually benefit him. So he's gonna search for a copy of Kelbeck. That was really good, actually. So just testing out the waters if ever he has a tier element card on hand. So get a copy of Martha. Martha will spell summon to the field, and then normal summon Sophia, drawing us another copy of Stella. Now, Michaelis is going to be on the field, getting a copy of... I think I got a copy of Vadis or Returnia? No, I got a copy... Oh yeah, I forgot. I got a copy of Ornament just for the Stella. Yeah, that's it. So, on our opponent's turn, he's going to drop off a copy with the Foolish Burial card. You go for Armament, target Sophia, and go for the Astophil play. Now, Astophil, like I said, Silent Graveyard effect, basically stops everything or every play for a tier element Ishizu deck. Gonna send a Guido, and that's basically it. Stop right there, and there we go. No more effects in the graveyard. And so that is it. He scooped on that point on. Alright guys, so third game, we have not so a good hand. Same as like the other one, but instead we have one Imperm only and one Crow. So one evenly matched and two Exosister Vadis. So our opponent is... We can't do anything about this anyway, so let's just make him do the regular play for a tier element deck. There we go. So we also have Sharon, sending a copy of more of the cards. Reinhardt is going to be summoned to the field, sending another copy of tier element card from the hand. Kelbeck is going to mill a ton. Also, he actually milled Sharon here, which was really good. And then milling a copy, or sending a copy of Merrily from his hand. So at this point on, at least we have to remove one of the problems, or one of the problematic cards from the graveyard. So I think I targeted Merrily here. Yeah, I targeted Merrily. There we go. So I need to, since I have only one Imperm, I just need to target Kikalos. That's basically it. Kikalos is the one you need to target for a negate. My god, what's happening to my hair? Imperm Kikalos, and that's basically it. I think he's gonna go for Recalos, I think. Yeah, I think he's gonna go for Recalos. But even so, Kikalos was negated. Bang! There we go, and going for Exit Summon? Oh yeah, so this is the new variant for the tier elements with the new Zodiacs. So level 4 Dryden on the field can pop one card. Even if you target your own tier element monsters, you can still revive it with its own effect. So it's really good having to add this one. So there we go, 2 back rows, and that's basically it. Now, the thing I was questioning about this guy is you can negate the activation if you when your opponent activates a card or effect. So basically, when I use evenly match here, he can just I think he can just negate it with the effect of Recalos and save a copy of Dryden on the field, and then all of your cards that you basically need. So that was my curiosity here. To use evenly match, he doesn't do anything but use Dryden instead. So correct me if I'm wrong or I'm missing something else. He can negate it, right? He can negate the effect of evenly match. Or is it during battle phase? No, it's not. Sorry. So it wasn't really a problem for him just to negate it. So on my turn, on my second or main phase 2, use packs, he'll negate it and then remove the copy of Recalos. That's basically it. That's my main point there. I just have to remove Recalos in the field or on the equation of the board, and then basically that we actually won that game. So the Recalos cannot be summoned to the field because he already used its effect earlier. So yeah, set 2 Vadis and just end my turn here. Which, of course, we already got an advantage. If ever he'll use another card, we can go for Vadis. So like that, I mean. He used the effect of Snowy Chain with Vadis, of course, but instead he used the effect of Keldo just to return the monster back to his hand or to his deck so that it will resolve first, and then my Vadis won't have any more effect, or my monsters on the field won't have any more effect. Well, basically he actually had a brick hand. So on my turn, I go effect of Vadis, real summon some monsters, real summon Martha afterwards, after this, the exit summon, and that's basically it. I think he scooped right here. But I think that was a misplay on his part. I think he can just negate the effect of evenly matched a while ago. But yeah, we won this game just because of it. Alright guys, so game number 4. We have Stella, 1 Irene, 1 Imperm, 1 Valis, and 1 Returnia. So really good hand, but our opponent's going first anyway. So he's going for Pot of Extravagance here. And we are going up, I think, this is the Flow Wondery. Yeah, this is the Flow Wondery deck that I'm going up against. So on my mindset, summoning Iglin first means that he has no other Flow Wondery card on hand, or he doesn't have any other card. Now, I was worried that he has the, what you call this? Advent of the Adventure card, but so far, he doesn't have anything. So, imperm that, and that was the correct choice for me. So, avoid this summon or search for another, for the Iglin. There we go. So, he just ends his turn there, and then we're free to actually move here. Go for Stella and then go for Irene. Exit summon to Michaelis. Michaelis will then banish that back row, which is really annoying. So there we go. Search for a copy of. I should have searched for Vadis here, but we couldn't actually because we got Ash Blossom. Vadis or Pax. Like it's either one of those. I think I went for Pax. No, I went for Vadis actually. No, stupid me. I already have Vadis, that's why I was going to search for packs. But anyways, yeah, Vadis and Returnia on the field, which was not really a good. So Vadis and Returnia is not really a good lineup against a Flow Wondery's deck. But basically, it doesn't really matter because we got Harpy's Feather Duster. So might as well gonna use Vadis anyways, and then use Returnia to banish his what you call this? The Dimensional Fissure. So might as well, rather than being destroyed and can't activate anyway. There we go, we got destroyed, and he's gonna summon Iglin once more. So he has 2 Iglins on hand, basically, on his starting hand. There we go, so Iglin on hand, and search for a copy of Apex Avion. So he can't even normal summon again, because, you know, it was normal summon Iglin. So our Vadis was really a dud, but as well as our materials is sent back to our hand, or our deck, it's not really a problem. So on our turn, we go for Michaelis, search for a Pax. Pax is going to be activated, searching for a Martha. Martha, we will use his effect. There we go. So Caspital on the field doesn't really matter now because we are actually winning this game. So even the match is not really a problem. Go for search for a copy of Sophia, spell summon a copy of Ellis, and we go for what you call this? Did I go for a Jibrin? Yeah, I go for a Jibrin, increase the attack of my monster. So at this point on, with the 2 Exi monsters on the board, or alongside the Michaelis, we actually deal a final blow. But I prefer just summoning the Magnifica on the board anyway. So yeah, there we go. Attack that and attack for 3,600. So yeah. But I really wanted to try the double attack of Magnifica, but doesn't really matter. We won the game. Alright guys, so last game we got a god hand, one Martha, 1 Shifter, 1 Pax, 1 Imperm, and 1 Vadis. So, and we are going first, it's really good. So to start off, we are shiftering immediately. So majority of the time, or majority of the decks that we're actually going up against, once you drop Shifter, they'll immediately scoop, or they'll just go with the play and then go for a mediocre play on their side. So we should have actually gone with a good Exosister lineup here on the board, but we got Max Seed, so it's gonna be bad for us if we let him draw more cards. So might as well just gonna use Martha and then go for a Michaelis play here. There we go. Like I said, Martha, and then searching out a copy of Returnia, because that is basically our only play there. We don't want him to draw more cards. There we go. Michaelis to the field. Michaelis will then get us a copy of Returnia, and I'm actually satisfied with 1 Imperm, 1 Vadis, and 1 Returnia on the field. So that's really, really good. So our opponent's going to be going next. Use the effect of Scream. Normal summon Sharon. Milling a ton. There were no good mills. And then use the effect of Pelorino. So we need to remove Pelorino on this lineup here. That's really one of the problematic cards. So there we go. Set 1 back row, and he just ends his turn there. So you can, like I said earlier, a mediocre play if ever we drop off a copy of Shifter. So that's basically it. Use the effect of Michaelis. He'll spell summon Havness, so let's see his graveyard. We'll chain with Vadis, more cards in the field. So let's see his graveyard. Did he mill a Tier Element monster? No. So just Heartbeat and Scream. So Scream will search out the trap card. Then the Scream on the field will mill 3 more. So there's one Recalus, or Rhino Heart. So he didn't use the effect of Rhino Heart because it will prompt the effect of my Exosister monster. That was really smart of him, but I still have a chance to Exit summon anyway, or Exi summon. There we go. So Asafil, like I said earlier, once on the field, it's basically a silent graveyard. Boom! Or Soul Drain. So Chainlink 1, Asafil, Chainlink 2, Carpe Divine, call for a Kit Callus if ever he can summon Kit Callus to the field. So that's really good. There we go. So this turn, no Kit Callus effect. Asafil stops the graveyard. We go for Pax, search out for Martha, spell summon Ellis, and then return back or bounce back a copy of his Sharon on the field to his hand. Not the best of choice, but it still works. It still works on my part. So Caspitel, search for a copy of Sophia. Sophia will be normal summon, draw 1 more card, which we actually draw into a copy of Vadis, which was really, really good. And that's why having 3 Vadises in your deck is really beneficial. There we go, Magnifica is going to be activated, banishing 1 copy of Havness. There we go, and then with the effect of Carpe Divine. Now I really thought that's gonna be my attack will go back, but it wasn't really. So yeah, that was bad on my part. But still, we remove a copy of Scream on the field, so that's really good. And on that, we have an advantage, and we still have Imperm that we haven't used from the last turn. So there we go. On our opponent's turn, he spell summons Sharon once more, milling, sending Kelbeck, and then milling 3 more. Use the effect of Kelbeck. We then use the effect of Call by Grave. We don't want him to gain more advantage in the graveyard. There we go. Now I think he's gonna normal summon Rhino Heart here that he had earlier. Imperm that. So at this point on, his only choice here is to go for an Exi summon, which he did. Now this is actually a misplay on my part later on, so let's make him Exi summon first. There we go. Redoer in the field. Now my mindset here is if I prompt the effect of Magnifica, he will still use the effect of Redoer. But other than that, I can still remove the back row. That's my only choice there, because I'm really afraid of that back row. So if he doesn't use the effect of Redoer, we will banish Redoer. If he does, we'll use it with the effect of the back row. So since Havness, or this is Sharon on the graveyard, he'll use its effect. We go for Vadis, spell summon our monsters. That's basically it. He can't do anything else once the monster is summoned to the field. So I was really hoping he's going for another good play, but he just summoned Kaleido Heart on the field, which of course just targets my Magnifica. Totally not important really. So since monsters are returned back to the deck from the graveyard, we can actually use the effect of our Exosister monster. So 1 Michaelis on the field and 1 Asafil. So other than that, he's locked out with any using effects in the graveyard. There we go. And then Michaelis will banish his only copy of Recalus or Kaleido Heart. Why I keep on saying Recalus? Kaleido Heart on the field. There we go. And with the Carpe Divim on the field, we call Gecalus, stopping everything else for a tier element deck. There we go. That's basically it. Alright guys, so that was the game replays, and this is the deck profile. Hope you enjoyed this kind of content of packs and meta. We'll showcase more of the meta cards or meta decks in the later future, or in the near future. This is me signing off. Keep safe, good luck, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.